Have you said, I don't want you anymore, I wish you weren't here?
I've said things that I regret when I was upset.
I don't think there are two sides here. There's one side here, and that's the child's side. Let's do it.
Good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you. Well, Summer and her live-in boyfriend, Wayne, say every day is a chaotic, hellish nightmare, living with her angry, rage-filled 13-year-old son, Ash. Summer claims if they ever say no to Ash, he will hit, bite, kick them, and then turn around and hurt their dogs. Now, Summer claims that in July, he even set her car on fire, and he did it on purpose. But Ash's grandmother, Lenora, blames her daughter for provoking Ash to violence. In fact, she says Summer is trying to get Ash arrested because she can't live with him anymore. Take a look.
Quit touching me.
Our 13-year-old son, Ash, is completely out of control.
Quit hitting me.
We're living in constant chaos with his behavior.
I don't want to see your face. I don't want to talk to you.
You can say whatever you want to right now. I'm not stopping you.
All right, I hate your guts.
If I ever tell him no, it's like a flip switch and he goes into a rage. He starts hitting, biting, pushing, and punching me.
Totally, dude. Ash tells me he hates me, I'm not his dad, and that he hopes I die in my sleep. He's at a point now that we fight with him every night.
broken everything in the house when he rages.
Quit breaking that doesn't belong to you, man.
He's also hit and kicked the dogs and set my car on fire. I used to be able to calm Ash down, but now it's impossible. He's vicious. I swear this kid goes for your soul. It's hard to say this, but I'm afraid of my own son. I feel like I've failed as a parent. My late husband and I adopted Ash when he was 18 months old and his brother when he was 4. I remember a significant increase in Ash's anger after his father passed away. Ash is a time bomb waiting to explode at any moment. His aggression is escalating so fast that I'm afraid he's going to end up in jail or dead.
Okay, guys, this seems like you're emotionally just rolling backwards down a hill.
It's absolute chaos 24 hours a day.
Yeah. But is there a point at which this turned and really accelerated?
I'd say in the last year, it has begun to accelerate to the point where it is, I'm scared.
Well, let's talk about trauma in his life. What's happened along the way that would be standout traumatic events in his life?
He was adopted at 18 months. 5 years after we adopted him, his father passed away from brain cancer. And he watched that. He watched that progression. It was a 6-month, very short time.
In the home?
He was in the home on hospice. He lost a cousin in a very tragic car accident. And then he lost his great-grandmother that he was very close to.
Okay.
And now his brother, in just the last almost 2 years, has been taken out of the home.
Okay, and his biological brother is out of the home because he's in juvie. Clearly, his brother's gone, and that upset him. His father died, that upset him. Has he had any help with those things?
They've been in therapy since the day they came into my home. Therapy.
You've been in the home how long?
4 years.
Okay, so you've been there a long time.
Yes.
Is that a plus or a minus in Ash's eyes? Does he like you there?
He loves me. Yeah. Me and him, from the moment we met, we were just like best friends. We clicked pretty quick.
In watching you guys interact with him, and you provided us with a lot of video, I had trouble finding the calm in the eye of the storm. Because I see the child behaving in a childish, immature way, yelling and screaming and upset. But I see that coming from you guys back to him, both of you. I'm looking now at you in the kitchen, and you're obviously managing by intimidation. You're imposing your size. You're in front of him. You're in his face. It doesn't look like you and him are like this. That looks more like you intimidating him.
Right.
And
It's not what I was trying to do, but...
Here Ash gets extremely upset that his mother, Summer, is recording him. Let's take a look at this.
I love that dog.
Exactly.
Don't touch him either.
He's my dog.
I don't care. You're not going to be mean to animals.
He's my dog.
I don't care if he's President Trump's dog.
you need to get away.
Your hands off of your mother.
She's recording.
I don't care if she's recording you.
And I'll smack it out.
No, you won't. Look down, come, you do.
Get your hands off me.
I'm about to put you on the ground again.
You need to stop. You need... Let him out of the kitchen. Just let him out of the kitchen. Go get him.
Exactly.
Your hands.
I didn't even touch her.
Put your body on it. That's all that matters.
Okay, that seems to be escalating the situation.
And the recording was not ever meant to antagonize, but when I have gone for help in previous occasions, people don't believe what I'm telling them when I say my son has...
Your therapist have asked you to do those recordings?
Get recordings of what's going on and why.
But we need to take a break. Summer's mother, Lenora, claims that Summer provokes Ash's violent behavior with cruel, hateful, and angry treatment of him. In fact, she claims that he's never acted out in violence under her care. We'll talk about that after the break.
You're grounded. Go to your room.
My daughter, Summer, provokes my grandson, Ash, into violent and volatile behavior. When Ash is with me, he's very polite. Wayne acts like a child. There's just no adult in the home.
And later, this child is in jeopardy. And as a mandated reporter, that's my #1 concern.
Tomorrow, parents beware.
Any given day, the FBI says there are 500,000 predators online looking for their next young prey.
A mom whose 12-year-old daughter
Was caught sending explicit videos to a man.
the grooming,
He made me feel pretty, is what she said.
and the 38-year-old who's transforming into a teen to catch the creeps.
How long does it take for a predator to hit?
It often only takes minutes.
That's tomorrow. Then, on Thursday, her parents say,
I hate my daughter.
I'm a normal teenager doing normal things.
She's stolen your keys, smashed in the windows of the car. You described her as the devil child.
that's Thursday.
Ash was arrested a few weeks ago. I told him he lost his phone privileges and suspended his account. He took his phone and he threw it on the ground like this and smashed it into 1,000 pieces. And then he attacked me. Ash ran up to me and punched me in the face 6 times, just like this. After he hit me, he pushed me up against the wall and I fell through a table. If Ash doesn't behave and there are more incidents, he could go to juvie for assault or be on probation until he's 18 years old.
Well, Summer's mother, Lenora, claims that Summer constantly screams, fights, and provokes Ash's violent behavior. Even worse, she claims Summer has emotionally destroyed her grandson, Ash, by regularly telling him, quote, she doesn't want him anymore.
My daughter, Summer, provokes my grandson, Ash, into violent and volatile behavior.
You're grounded. Go to your room.
She's very antagonistic, hateful, and angry towards him.
More video for the car.
I see y'all saying things to him, and it wounds his heart.
After hours of being hit and called every name in the book, you say something that you shouldn't.
When Ash is with me, he's very polite and well-behaved. He has begged me to take him in, and it just breaks my heart.
I am big bad dude.
Wayne acts like a child. There's just no adult in the home.
Get away from me.
No, you get out of the house.
Wayne is very mouthy and just says awful things to Ash. I've told Wayne repeatedly that daddies don't act this way.
What do you want to do?
Shut up and leave me alone.
You want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk to you. That's the thing.
Summer constantly tells Ash that I don't want you anymore. And I just told her, moms don't quit. You've said, I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
It's to the point I can't fix this for him, and that hurts.
I hate to say it, but I'm afraid that she's provoking him so that he will end up in juvenile detention, like his older brother. And now I feel like she's purposely pushing Ash's buttons because she wants him gone.
Guys, stop recording.
Stop acting like this and we will.
Ash needs to see that there can be peace in a home. Right now, the home he's in will never be peaceful.
I'm calling the cops.
Well, Lenora says Summer's approach to parenting is antagonistic, hateful, angry, frustrated, and annoyed. And you think that is just crushing his spirit.
I do think that because when he hears the anger, things like saying, what's wrong with you? And I can't do this anymore. I'm going to get in the car and drive away. And he has said to me, Daddy's gone. My brother's gone. And if Mommy goes, who's going to take care of me? So he's walking around scared. And then him and Wayne get in fights. And he says, when they're arguing, and he said, I'm going to run away. You said, good, run away. I don't know where you're going to go. Nobody wants you. That makes me sick.
Have y'all said those things to him?
I think so.
I've said things that I regret, and when I was upset or I've been hit.
So have you said, I don't want you anymore, I wish you weren't here?
No, I've never said that in the context of when we were fighting. Not that I don't want him there.
Have you spoken those words to that boy?
That I don't want him?
Yes.
I've never told my son that I don't want him.
You've said it to both boys. You've said it in my living room. You've said it in the car. When you and the boys have come and you've said, Mom, I can't do it anymore. And you said, I don't want them. You said, Mom, I don't want them. I can't do it anymore. You take them. Find somebody else to take them. I don't care, but I can't do this. And they're standing there listening.
I've said I can't do this.
Well, I have a statement from your sister that says, quote, Summer is in completely over her head when it comes to raising her sons. I have heard Summer say things in front of them that no child should hear their mother say. I've witnessed her antagonize the children. She provokes them. I've heard her on at least 3 different occasions say in front of the boys that she, quote, does not want them anymore and needs, quote, someone else to take them.
If they're saying it, then I guess I have.
Look, I'm just trying to find out what I'm dealing with here in trying to understand where he's coming from.
And I said things that have hurt. I don't remember saying I don't want my children anymore. I remember saying, I need help. I can't do this anymore.
Wayne, right now, be honest. You yourself have said to me that you got in the middle of it before because you said that she was telling them, I don't want y'all anymore.
Yes.
You said that, your words. I know y'all love him, but y'all are tearing him apart. His heart, piece by piece, you're tearing it. And he's a little boy. Y'all's drama is grown-up drama that's between y'all that y'all need to work out, but you don't need to be doing it to him.
I've got some pivotal questions when we come back. We just saw him hit and then kick this dog. You have a duty to protect these defenseless animals. If you're allowing these animals to be abused, one of them needs to be gone.
From Navigate.
Wayne and Ash's relationship is not good.
I will put this side of my hand on that side of your face.
He bullies Ash and manhandles him, almost daring him to fight.
Wayne and I butt heads lately over what's the best way to raise Ash. Wayne sometimes tells Ash to get out of his face, and he doesn't want anything to do with him. One fight with Ash, Wayne did call him a dumbass, and I didn't like that at all.
You're making her, dumbass. When I discipline him, I think it's the appropriate way. Obviously, I could do things differently sometimes, but in the heat of the moment, I don't.
Well, Summer says her boyfriend of 4 years, Wayne, has essentially become Ash's stepfather. However, she says she absolutely does not like the way that Wayne speaks to or manhandles Ash. But what has she done to stop that? What has she done to calm this situation? Now, you know, I have one interest here, and that's the child's. I don't think there are 2 sides here. There's one side here, and that's the child's side.
Absolutely.
And I'm here to protect the child. This child is in jeopardy. And as a mandated reporter, that's my #1 concern. Take a look at this video that you made for your therapist. He's decided he's going to leave.
How many times are going to tell you that?
Stop telling her to record.
Quit putting your hands on her. Get inside. Like we asked you to do. Get inside. You're letting her head see out and flies in. Get inside. Come on.
Hands off me.
Okay, I'm really concerned here. What's wrong with this already?
I put my hands on him.
Yeah, he decides he's going to leave, And so you're going to block him here. I'm sorry, but this is not parenting to me. You say you don't manage by intimidation, but you're using your size and physicality here.
So, hands off me.
I don't know why we have to do this the hard way. 30 minutes, you're going to be boo-hooing, telling us you're sorry.
No.
Get in there and sit down.
Shut up.
Okay, I got a problem here as well, and I don't understand this. We just saw him hit and then kick this dog. You have a duty to protect these defenseless animals. If you're allowing these animals to be abused, then one of them needs to be gone. You can't allow him to continue to abuse these animals.
Those animals usually go to a kennel when this starts. That day, he was trying to let the dogs out. And so I was trying to get the video. He's trying to keep him from letting the dogs out. And so they weren't in the kennel at that point.
Okay, let's look at this video.
She already bit me once, so what's the point? I'm calling the cops on her.
Call the cops, please. I'm begging you. You're trying. You're attacking out here? Choke her again. Choke her again. Put your hands on her again. And see what happens.
What are you gonna do?
I will put this side of my hand on that side of your face as hard as I can. Rubble.
She ain't gonna touch me.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit
She
you
ain't gonna
again.
touch me.
You're making her, dumbass. You're making her.
Video me all you want.
Go upstairs.
No.
Yes, you're done for the day. Go upstairs.
Okay, right there, you did do it. You did slap him, right?
His hand, yes.
Yeah. Okay,
'Cause
so the dog's jumping up and biting him. He's strangling the dog. You're hitting at him. The dog's jumping up again. The other dog's running in there. Seriously?
He has issues, but living in that chaos, who wouldn't?
He's had anger issues longer than just 4 years.
He has, but don't be gasoline on the fire. Yeah, he's on fire. He's going down.
We're all going down. We're sinking ship.
Well, we're having a conversation you don't need me for. So the dog's jumping up and biting him. He's strangling the dog. You're hitting at him. The dog's jumping up again. The other dog's running in there. Seriously? This is the best that you guys can muster.
Most of the time, the dogs go to their kennel.
What you don't
or
see
into
is
another room.
Right before she gets her camera out, he's saying, I'm going to make her bite me, so you'll have to put her down. You don't see that. And he sticks his arm. She's never bit him. She's never bit anybody. He just says that because he knows that's my dog, and that's how he...
Ash just said to me, sweetie, they love the dogs more than they love me. And I know y'all love him, but that's what this child is feeling. That's what he thinks. That's what he feels. That's what... And so then he is upset with the dogs.
And those are his true feelings. And that's... I understand and believe in his feelings, and that's why we're here.
You're the parents, and you cannot give yourselves permission to say these things.
That's right.
Because you're destroying them. You're destroying here, and you're destroying here. He has issues. He has anger issues. But living in that chaos, who wouldn't?
He's had anger issues longer than just 4 years.
He has. But don't be gasoline on the fire. Yeah, he's on fire. He's going down. Don't be gasoline on it,
We're
guys.
all going down. We're sinking ship.
It has to stop for everybody. It has to stop. He needs out of it. He can't decompress in amongst all this
None of us
every
can
day.
decompress in it.
Nobody's resting. Nobody's happy. It's all the time. It's from early morning to late at night or throughout the night. Y'all can't keep going like this. Nobody can. I mean, y'all can't. He can't. But you're adults, and you can understand what's happening in the situation. He can't help.
I can't. Y'all are having a conversation you don't need me for.
Sorry.
Well, y'all didn't need to come out here to have this conversation, right? You've had this conversation
We've had
before.
this conversation.
So why are you having it again? I mean, are you not telling them what you've told them before?
Yes.
You can tell them, but you can't make them understand.
That's true. That's true.
You get it. I get it. They don't want to get it.
I want to get it.
Let's take a break. Summer says CPS has investigated her at least 15 times. Her mother, Lenora, claims Summer even asked her to contact CPS to see if they could place her boys with another family. We'll talk about that after the break. Do you think it's better if he is somewhere else?
Parents beware.
Any given day, the FBI says there are 500,000 predators online looking for their next young prey.
A mom whose 12-year-old daughter
Was caught sending explicit videos to a man.
the grooming,
He made me feel pretty, is what she said.
and the 38-year-old who's transforming into a teen to catch the creeps.
How long does it take for a predator to hit?
It often only takes minutes.
That's tomorrow. Then, on Thursday, her parents say,
I hate my daughter.
I'm a normal teenager doing normal things.
She's stolen your keys, smashed in the windows of the car. You described her as the devil child.
that's Thursday.
I believe that there have been about 15 Child Protective Services cases filed against me. I don't have anything to hide because I'm not doing anything wrong. When I ask them what to do about Ash's behavior, they tell me that that's not what they deal with. And I'm like, really?
I'm honestly shocked they haven't removed Ash from the home. It's not a safe environment the way they're constantly fighting and arguing.
You're not hitting me.
Summer moved the kids 7 or 8 times every time after CPS was involved. My guess was to dodge all the investigation.
Do you think it's better if he is somewhere else?
At this point in time, it's not going to be, nothing is going to change in our home or our family if he's in the home, because I'm not handling him well. I'm not handling him right. Wayne's not handling him right. And he has got major anger issues. I don't want him out of my home. I love both of my children, and I would rather them be with me. I would have never adopted had I didn't love my children. Mm-hmm. I was not aware of all of the issues that my children had coming in when we adopted.
Well, my experience is generally that children don't have problems parents do, and that children reflect their parents. And I think, you know, we ride on the slate of who our children are, and so when I see children behaving a certain way, then I go to look and see what kind of environment they're living in. And I see you lording over him and imposing your size. You're backing him into the cabinets in the kitchen and standing over him, daring him, touch him again. I'll put my hand on the side of your face. Do it. Like, you say, yeah, I'm a big badass. You bet, I'm a big badass. Yeah, you're really tough with a 12-year-old kid. Yeah, you're a big badass. That's easy to be when you're intimidating a 12-year-old child. Unfortunately, there's not much currency in intimidating a 12-year-old child when, in fact, what they're looking for is a soft place to fall, a secure place to be. And you are his mother. And when you say mean, horrible, hateful, rejecting things, you change who he is forevermore. And when you say things to him that make him feel safe and valued and special and loved and secure, then you will see him calm down. And you can say, well, that's a lot easier for you to say than it is for us to do. But you've got a child involved here, and it's just a matter of what price you're willing to pay. You've moved 7 or 8 times. Why?
Not to dodge anything.
Why are you moving 7 or 8 times? He needs to know you love him, whether he's good boy today or bad boy today, that you love him every day.
And I tell him that. I tell him
but you tell him a lot of other things too. So don't cherry pick and tell me that you say that you love him. It takes 1,000 attaboys to erase one, I wish you weren't here.
If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and would like to watch a live taping here in the studio, go to drphil.com and click on Be Part of the Audience and select In Studio.
And if you would like to be in our virtual audience, select Attend Virtually.
All you need is a computer with a camera and high-speed internet. We'll see you soon.
You've moved 7 or 8 times. Why?
Not to dodge anything.
Why are you moving 7 or 8 times?
Well, I moved because I went and lived at my grandparents' house to take care of my grandparents. I moved after I sold my home because I met someone, got remarried, and moved. I'm not moving to dodge anything. And a single parent on a certain income, I can't afford certain places. I got into a place that was too much for me. I had to move again.
Well, then you need to plan better, because you need to provide a comfortable, secure place for your child that he wakes up in with some consistency here. The problem here is in the parenting, not in the child. I don't ask myself why this child is behaving erratically. I ask myself why he would do anything other than that, because he doesn't know where the fence lines are. So he's constantly testing to see where the fence lines are. He's testing to see whether or not he can alienate the power figures in his life. Will they leave him? Will they reject him? So he's going to constantly be angry and testing those lines to see whether or not everything will fall apart and go away and prove the theory that he will be left. And you're playing right into that every single time you go into this chaos. And you can't tell me that you're not smart enough to recognize that you need to calm down and be predictable. You need to be role-playing how to problem solve. You need to catch this child doing right things. If you have to hide behind a bush and jump out and catch him doing something right, and praise him for being good, praise him for being calm, praise him for doing the right things in the right way at the right time, so he knows there are good things to do and not good things to do. You need to begin to reinforce the kinds of behaviors that you want from him so he understands how to get your praise and your approval. But that's of his behaviors. Your love for him needs to be unconditional, and he needs to know that. He needs to know that you love him unconditionally. His behavior you approve based on what he does, but not of him. He needs to know you love him, whether he's good boy today or bad boy today, that you love him every day.
And I tell him that. I tell him
but you tell him a lot of other things too. So don't cherry pick and tell me that you say that you love him. To say you love him and I can't take this anymore, I wish you were somewhere else. It takes 1,000 attaboys to erase one, I wish you weren't here. Because he's hypersensitized to that. He's hypersensitized to that. Now, Lenora says she can't take Ash, but believes he needs to be out of that home immediately. I'll tell you what I think when we come back. Dr. Phil, visit our website and subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, live strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else. Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today. Guys, the good news is that there is so much that's going wrong here that almost anything you change is going to make this better. But I don't know if you realize that you have created this monster with the chaos. He lost his father, and that's really traumatic for a child. Then his brother's taken away. That really rattles him. Now he's afraid everybody that he loves is going to go away. I can just tell you, I've been doing this a long time. And when that happens, a child shifts into a mode that's defined as get them before they get me. Okay, everybody I love is leaving me. My father's gone, my brother's gone, and now I'm going to go into a really protective mode, and I'm afraid everybody's going to leave me, so I'm going to start testing everybody to see if, in fact, they will leave me, because when they don't, then for just a few minutes, I get a little bit of relief. But then that lasts only a little while, and I got to start testing again, because my true belief is that everybody I love is going to leave me. And the one person that I trust, that I can feel safe with, I can't have, because she can't take me. So you need to understand there's a real fundamental dynamic here, in my opinion, and that is that he believes that everything he loves is going to go away. And you have not had an adult reaction to that. He feels like his world is unstable, so you move him 7 or 8 times. He's just rolling and can't control anything. Nothing's predictable. Everything needs to slow down and calm down. Sometimes it can be as simple as saying, so you're feeling a lot of hatred towards me right now, and you wish I would just go away. That's right, you really piss me off, so I really make you mad sometimes, and you want me to know that. Okay, I know that.
Okay.
And I'm really hearing what you're saying. And it's kind of like, all of a sudden he says, she's not going to argue with me anymore. She understands me, and if he wants to go say, I don't want you to talk to me, I want to go sit over here, you let him go sit over there. And maybe you play some music. You don't try to manage a crisis during a crisis. You manage a crisis between crises. You go to him in the valleys and say, you know, you were really angry this morning, and, you know, this only lasted half as long, and I thought that was really good, and I really love you. Thank you for that. And I want you to tell me what I can do to help. And I'm going to walk to the corner. Would you walk with me? And you start to build. It's so important to talk to your children about things that don't matter, so that line is open when it's time to talk about things that do. Meet him where he is instead of asking him to always meet you where you are. And then before you know it, he wants to be with you. But it requires sacrifice on your part. It requires you to push things off your agenda that would be there otherwise, and putting him as a priority. This child was described to me as having explosive, out-of-control anger. I studied these videos. I did not one time see explosive, out-of-control anger. I saw reactive, angry responses. In fact, I saw it very thoughtful on his part and almost always retaliatory. I did not see him out of control. There are diagnoses for these things. Intermittent explosive disorder, don't see it. I see all of this being environmentally reactive. And the fact that he can be otherwise with her tells me it's situation specific. It also tells me that within his repertoire of behavior is he knows how to behave. That's within his repertoire. He knows how to behave. It's just this environment doesn't extract that from him. So if you change the environment, those behaviors that he emits over here, he will start to emit over here. And I am going to find 10 times each day to praise this child for something he's doing right. And you will be astounded at how he will respond to praise and being reinforced for something positive. You're going to have to commit to that, or this child is going to be removed from the home.
And that's why I tried so hard to get to you, because I knew that you would be able to tell us straight on what we needed to do. And I knew that my reactions to him weren't helping the situation, and that I needed help too to be able to handle those situations.
Well, let me tell you, think about this. If somebody accosted you in the parking lot, some crazed individual, really hyped up, and they had a gun to your head, what would you do? And they were all crazed, and there was nobody but the two of you there. And the only way you're going to stay alive is to calm them down. You would get real inventive really fast, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yes, very fast.
That is exactly what you need to go home and do.
Okay.
And each of you needs to just make a checklist and say, I'm going to find 10 times today that I'm going to reinforce this child for something positive. Where I tell him, I'm proud of you. I really love the way you did this. Great job on that. Great job on this. Hey, really cool the way you handled that. 10 times a day for each of you. You do that a week, you'd be astounded how this child will be looking at you differently. I want to thank all of my guests today. For more information about today's episode, log on to drphil.com. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks. This is a new year and a new you. Listen in and find out strategies to help you live your best life. You don't want to miss it. Check out Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret with Robin McGraw.